Human beings are just very intricate, complex, yet simple beings. It's simple yet complex at the same time.
Mm. Welcome to the Justify Existence podcast, episode 3. I'm here with my very good friend, Jassy Ogunshei. I must say, this is probably the most intelligent friend I have. He's
Oh
a
man.
mechanical engineer,
Oh man.
and just the
Oh
way he does
man.
think, I just find him so wise now. But
Oh man. You're making me.
introduce yourself, my
Oh
dog.
man. You're making me blush, man. Hello podcast. My name is Jasi Ogunshey, as me know. How me and Jerry met. We met around in the olden years of 2020, in the COVID days.
Yeah.
You met in this special place called Pizza Hut. So, Phew. See,
Your pizza.
trauma.
Trauma activated that.
But
Like,
Pizza Hut South Park, it was like the first day we met. It was like meeting a like-minded spirit, From since that day go forward, no matter what, we was just together like this.
yeah.
Management will try their best to separate us because we'll be making the most noise. But
Yes,
what I can say
boy.
with that is that you can't stop fun. You can't stop a hurricane. You
Yeah.
can't stop a earthquake.
It's a force of nature.
It's a force of nature to be reckoned with.
I tell you.
We're two of the hardest working people, and we have a lot of similar like-minded experiences
Mhm.
and thought processes, and he's also like extremely intelligent. I mean, he's one of the only people I can kind of have these type of conversations with on a whole, in a generation where they only looking at what you would say, like the fame, the glory, going
Yeah.
on trips,
Yeah.
just the shallow things in life, where we'll be talking about much more deeper things in life, like
Yeah.
what's the
That's how
meaning
to,
of life.
that's how to search for that. That's how to search for that meaning.
Yeah. It's have to search for that
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah, because that's what it's for, to justify existence.
Yeah, you have to
You
justify
understand?
your
It's a,
existence.
it's a lifelong pursuit. I try my best that with this, that people could watch this and just have several young people and things. Because as much as there's only talk about surface level things, there are a good
Hmm.
bit of young men that's like, wait, I wish I could talk about these kind of deeper topics more often. Like, I wish I was around more like minded people like that. Like, I just
Exactly,
get tired of
exactly.
talking about, hey, boy, so you see what the last celebrity do and them
Oh,
kind
hey,
of
but
thing.
that girl have a real fat ass and I had to
Yeah, boy,
beat
dog,
that.
boy,
Wait,
that.
I could curse?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that girl have a real big bunda. She
yeah,
real nice. I had to beat that.
yeah, yeah,
Things like that's
yeah.
all
That's
you just
just
be talk.
something like
That's all
that.
you
Yeah.
be hearing talk
Your,
about.
your life can only be about just the pursuit of a significant other. It can only be about just surviving the rat race and them kind of thing. If you're just surviving, you're not truly living.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's a difference between surviving and living, and
yeah.
most of us get the two confused. You know,
Mm-hmm.
going to work every day, trying to make ends meet. Trying to sustain ourselves to any public face. With employers, employment, our colleagues, our comrades. Trying to maintain this face. That's not truly living. That's just surviving.
Yeah.
You
That's just
know
a facade. That is not the real you.
exactly.
Mm.
What I would say to that, to add on to that is, during the past few years, Jeremy has known me. He has known me to go through many trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the times that he has met me, I wasn't truly living. I was just surviving. I was on a tight schedule around the clock.
Mm-hmm.
I barely had time to do things, go places, see things, experience the world. Neither did I have the money,
Mm-hmm.
all right, because I could have get extra money, but I would rather pursue my mental sanity
Mm-hmm.
than get that extra money. If you
Right.
feel, if you understand what I'm
Is a
saying.
level of prioritization that you
Ex-
have to maintain.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And in those few years, it took a while for me to truly find myself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, even though I was just surviving, I discovered a lot about myself in those past
Mm-hmm.
3 years I was working with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it showed me the amount of determination and willpower I had to go through every day
Mm-hmm.
to work because for most of y'all who don't know my story, I was again he said I'm a mechanical engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my degree in mechanical engineering at the University of the West Indies. COVID hit,
Mm-hmm.
I started to work, and ever since then I have to take 2 days off from work to go to school, and then the rest of the days will work. So I think 7 days out of 7 days of the week, I was just productive. I'd
Yeah.
have to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, catch a PTSD bus, go straight up to UE, reach like 6:30, start class 7, finish class at 4. Even though I've worked for 4 as well, come straight down the highway to South Park, reach work like around 5, work from 5 till 11. But really and truly, when they say 11 on the roster, it's never
Yeah,
truly
that is
11.
never truly
It's never
level.
truly 11.
Rasta subject to change.
Right, roster is subject to change, you know, and you'd work the extra hours, and
Mhm.
they would tell us to clock out as soon as 11 o'clock hit,
Yeah, even
even
though you
though
had to wait in the store
even though
still.
you had to wait in the stores and do extra work, and we end up leaving like all kind of half 12, quarter to 1 because a certain name, a
Mm.
certain supervisor could not bank properly, but we wouldn't
Mhm.
get into that.
Yeah, yeah,
But it was from that experience, it just taught me a lot about how much I had to endure. You
yeah.
know, it wasn't good in the family, in the household, because everybody was struggling at the same time too.
Mhm.
I had personal love life issues that used to get in the way of it as well.
Mhm.
You know, it felt like the duality of man was persistent in
Mm.
those 3 years I was working there.
Mhm.
And now being detached from that perspective, it kind of make me see and understand things from a different lens, if you understand what
Mhm.
I'm saying. You know?
I understand what you're saying. And that is an aspect of you that I really appreciate. You see how you're capable of looking at situations objectively and not putting all the feelings into it and things like you could separate yourself and be like, okay, wait, this is how I'm feeling, but let me see like the different perspectives of the situation. Let me do some research, like what the therapist would say. Let me see what somebody wiser than me, who probably
Mm,
went through this or studied this already, would say about this topic.
mm,
And that's really
mm,
important. Like even in arguments and things you would have in the workplace,
mm,
you would be like, okay, these are the facts. This is how to logically think about it, and this is the conclusion that we came to.
mm,
Not that
mm.
I feel is the correct answer.
I feel so.
Yeah.
You could say
Yeah.
about 10 lines of pure logic.
Mhm.
What I
Yeah,
feel,
yeah. Like just to dismiss like everything you said that made sense.
that made any type of logical
Yeah,
sense.
so
Everything.
the statistics say this. Alright? The wisest people in the room say this. Yeah, but
Yeah, but I feeling somehow or other different. I feeling
yeah.
like two plus two
But
can never be four
but the
because
fact
that's
that
never been my experience.
the fact that you can separate that part of yourself and understand like okay, this is what the literature and things saying. Alright, let me apply that to my life.
Yeah.
I find that to be a very powerful thing.
And the thing is too, what kind of enhance my aspect or enhance my ability to do that was you, because whenever you talk, I'll take like each time we have a conversation, I'll take away
Mm.
something to carry on into my life. Like
Mm.
I remember it had this one time, he was talking, and I was saying, Jeremy, boy, I kind of lonely right now because I really don't have much friends to talk to, think, da 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 da.
Mm.
You say, well, if that's the case, you could talk to anybody anywhere. You're a very good conversationalist. You
Mm.
could do anything anywhere. Where does do traveling? I'm like, well, I just have my headphones in my ears, listening to music. Well, like change that. You could talk to somebody in the passenger seat. You
Yeah.
talk right next to hold a nice civil conversation with anybody.
Mm.
You could go and have a conversation when you're going to buy food, when you're in the mall, when you're in the supermarket. You can have conversations with any one of these people.
Yeah.
And from now, they move forward. That was around 2 years, 2.5 years ago, Jeremy.
Mm.
I kid you not, I've met a lot of different people just
Mm.
adopting that philosophy. I know a girl somewhere in the corner there, I forget she name is, didn't take her
Mm.
number because I really wasn't in for all that smalls. But
Mm.
just leave that conversation in the moment there. I was having a conversation with her back and forth, I was like, yeah, it's really a difficult time to get. We basically had a conversation about the two things that we had in common,
Mm.
which was we both were living in Union Hall, and
Mm.
that was very extremely difficult to get cars here.
Yeah.
Pick up a conversation just like that, and we were able to go back and forth, back and forth. She was able to
Mm.
feel my vibe, whatever person I am, and whatever person she is, even though we barely even talk about a
Yeah.
lot, you know. And that will continue to happen in the gas station,
Mm.
in our fragrance store, 53 cents in C3.
Mm.
You know, all of these places, I would seek the opportunity anyway. Even when I was going to fill up my gas to go out, I
Mhm.
see a guy from NGC. This
Mhm.
was back when I was unemployed. I was like, hey yo, I'm a graduate mechanical engineer. Give me some advice, where I could apply. Let me know. And we
Mhm.
had a nice long 10-minute conversation in the gas station
Yeah.
about how to further my career, and it actually helped me reach to the position where I am now. So like small things like that is
Mhm.
perspectives and things I pick up from our, whether it be our discussions or whether it be our
Mhm.
arguments. No
Mhm.
matter what, I will always take away something from those two things. And that's something I really appreciate and I really miss.
Like,
Really
I
miss,
really
man.
miss talking to you too,
Yeah,
baby.
but yeah, but yeah,
No,
but
I do,
yeah,
man.
but
I say that talking to people is very powerful because especially the older I get, it's extremely important to network. Extremely
mm,
important. People doesn't realize how important that is.
mm,
Because one of the biggest advantages older people have versus younger people is that I have a friend. Oh gosh, just pull me in there now. But I know you for years. I'll get inside.
mm-hmm,
This is a
mm-hmm,
young person. You have the energy and you have the time. But you never build the rapport. You don't have the
mm,
links. And people will say links extremely
extremely
important.
important, extremely
Extremely
important.
important. It's important what you know, but very important who
Who
you
you
know
know.
as well.
It probably even way more important as to who you know than what you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How the saying go? Your network is your net worth.
What?
Yeah.
I now remember that one. Yeah, yeah, bring
Yeah.
up some
That's a
more,
good
you know.
one. That's a good one. That's a
But
good one.
when you're talking about that phase where it says extremely vital to network, this part of your life,
Mm-hmm.
it have this great saying where it is,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need help when you're a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't need the most help when you're a baby and a toddler or a child,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't need the most help when you are in your elder age and you're about to die.
Mm-hmm.
The most help you would need in your life is the time period of when you are adult to when you will retire. That is the most amount of help. Even though you are the
Mm-hmm.
most independent at that point in your life, that's the time period which is very vital for not only your life but the life of the other generations that you put out into that world. It's
Mm-hmm.
so important, and that's why I'm saying networking is a very important thing, not
Mm-hmm.
just only for you, but what you could potentially bring out of yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
What family you bring from that as well. You know,
Yep.
what other friends, what other family members in your family that you can help bring out as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very
That
important.
will be important to remember too that whenever you're trying to enact great change, it might start with you. But if it ends with you, it would never become a great change. You
Mm.
just need followers. You just need people to assist you.
A
Like
cult.
as great as they
A
say
cult.
Usain Bolt.
A cult.
It's
A
not,
cult.
yeah, a cult.
A cult.
Nah, like I say as great as the Olympics going on right now.
Mm,
They say
mm,
as great as I say Shelly Ann is.
mm,
Behind her is a trainer,
mm,
teammates,
mm,
her family supporting her,
mm,
an entire nation supporting athletes.
mm.
Like it's not just you alone. You alone might she alone might get the medal. But when you're on that podium, I just like to say thank you to all my friends, all my family
Mm,
members. It's
mm.
like all them people pushing you towards the goal.
Yeah, it's never possible alone. It
Yeah.
never will be. It never is. It never is possible for a single human being to achieve something because as human beings, we are naturally social creatures.
Right.
We need to be with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact what everybody else may think and be like, oh well, when I get older, I don't need to be with anybody. I don't need
Yeah.
this. I don't need that. I don't
Or
need
you're
da, da,
born
da.
by yourself, you'll die
Die
by
by yourself.
yourself.
Honestly, I feel like that's you obtain that type of perspective on life because of your corrupted view of what it is to be with somebody or have somebody interact with you in such a deeper level of love.
Mm-hmm.
And when other people's views or connections of love is was the right word? Toxic
Mm-hmm.
or it's perverted in
Mm-hmm.
nature and they carry that out to you, you are experiencing that. You are experiencing that. And because your love is unhindered, it is truly is what's the word? It's truly I'm gonna think of the word by what is called a baby. innocent. When
Mm-hmm.
your love is truly innocent and it's
Mm-hmm.
truly unhindered, it's natural, and you interact with something that's toxic, and then you gonna walk away thinking that this love thing is really ain't it. This connection thing with
Mm-hmm.
people really ain't it. Not even just with relationships or just with other people in general, it
Mm-hmm.
really ain't it. When in reality, you're feeling to realize your half of the love wasn't really corrupted or toxic to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
but it ended up becoming toxic because of somebody
Mm-hmm.
else's influence.
Right.
You know?
And then people just view that in a negative light as well. Like if you have like that innocent type of love, like that romance, that mm, is it I'm looking for?
The romance, this
Mm,
platonic.
yes, that platonic type of love, like all that genuine love, that authentic love for your fellow man and them kind of things. People just take advantage of it, and you just become what you just call naive.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And being naive is generally a negative thing. You what somebody naive and just be taken advantage of.
Yes. Yes. Naivety.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like
You
that.
know? And it's always, and the thing is, naivety is never really associated with, oh, well, I not going to win the lottery. You're naive for believing you're not winning the lottery. That's
Mm-hmm.
never an instance where you use naivety.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, naivety is assumed that, oh, I could win the lottery, or I could get a gold medal, or
Yeah,
I could get all
whenever you're
these
being
things. Yeah,
optimistic.
whenever you're being optimistic about something, that's when naivety is labeled or pinned on somebody, and never for the
Mm-hmm.
opposite reason.
Yeah,
And because of that, people just easily take advantage of it.
yeah,
Easily
yeah.
take advantage
Like
of it.
the world has almost killed that aspect of yourself. Just be like,
Mm.
oh, don't be naive, don't be naive. It's like when you listen to like the goals of children and things, like what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to make 100 friends.
I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah, I want to help everyone all over the world, and they'll be watching and be like, oh, so cute. You learn like
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. Don't worry. When you grow older,
Yeah, yeah. When you reach my age,
you,
like
like, why
oh,
can't it ever be just be like, you know what? You have a very solid goal, and because I believe it is unachievable and unattainable, it's all the more reason why you should shoot and get that.
mm-hmm,
That's what
mm-hmm.
I feel people should be doing, but instead,
Right.
you just cast it to the side,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the wind.
And one thing I was watched to like it- goals and achieving things does look impossible until one person do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
growing up, you'll be like, wow. Like when I was like really small, somebody running 100 meter in under 10 seconds was like, wait, oh my gosh. If you check the records now, so many people are achieving that goal.
Yeah,
So many becoming way more common. Why? Because one person did it and then it just became normal.
yeah, and it proved to other people that this is actually possible.
Yeah.
You know.
You'll be like, wait, I never met a millionaire before. Then you gotta meet your first millionaire. And then you can see so many others. And then in your mind, that's what I tell you. When you realize it's the smartest person or the most capable in a room, find a new room. It have to have
Mm.
something you could learn from the other people in the
Mm-hmm.
room that you're in.
Yes, exactly.
Have to, it have
But the
to.
thing is, though, and this is one thing I will actually say I would struggle with is because you know, well, I'm in a situation where I could put myself in a room where there are more capable or more intelligent people.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the actual aspect of making more money in
Mm-hmm.
that aspect, I would
Mm-hmm.
find that's the hardest thing to do. To kind of couple yourself around somebody who is richer than you,
Mm-hmm.
and to talk to them and to talk business is extremely hard. Once you don't have money, to find somebody that does have money that is willing to be your friend or willing
Mm-hmm.
to have conversations with you on a
Yeah.
daily basis to have more money, you
Because
know?
the thing about that is the relationship does be unbalanced.
Mm,
Because they say like you coming up to somebody that's a multi-millionaire, right?
mm, mm,
You have everything to gain, but
mm,
time is very important to a multi-millionaire.
mm,
So why should they be your friend? Why should they give you advice? Yeah,
mm.
remember when you reach them the highest levels I could possibly reach. A lot of people that's coming up there will just look like fans.
Right, right,
They'll be
right,
like,
right.
hi, good day. I could just get some. Can I get? Can I get? What gonna make you star out in that room is? Good day, sir. Nice to meet you. Here's what I could do for you. Here's the value I could bring.
And
You know what it is to teach somebody that reach the upper echelon of intelligence? They'll be like, what's your name again? I'll commit that to memory.
and also the thing is too is that even then, even though that you may not teach them something,
Mm-hmm.
you don't put it in their mind as like, well, this person has passion. He doesn't want to
Mm-hmm.
just get something. He's trying to give me something in return.
Mm-hmm.
This is somebody I could talk to in the future about something because he's have his mindset in the right place, but it's only
Mm-hmm.
a matter of time.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time for them to want to capitalize on you,
Mm-hmm.
and then they will want to reciprocate that knowledge to help
Right.
you find your way so that both of y'all could be gaining at the same time,
Right. So then it becomes an exchange.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. That is just like the idea of Shark Tank. You
Mm-hmm.
come, you shoot your idea to them, and then they'll be like, okay, I want to invest in you. I think there's hope here. That is a real valuable thing in leaders. Leaders does have the vision of the future. A lot of people just live in the now. That's why it's called the rat race. You're in a hamster wheel. You're just seeing what right in front of you. Okay, I have
Mm-hmm.
bills this month. Okay, I need to clear out this month so I can party today. And that is it now. But
Right.
a visionary does see, okay, if we do this today, that gonna affect this next week, which gonna affect this next month, which gonna affect this next year, which gonna affect this next couple of years down the line.
Right.
You
Right.
gotta
Mm-hmm.
continuously be thinking of how what you do will affect you 10 years down the line.
And what make me develop that type of mindset
Mm.
is what I would say is my experience working in Pizza Hut for those 3 years. Because my whole life for those 3 years was having to think a week in advance, because
Mm-hmm.
we always had to give our schedules in by Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah,
So I would have
yeah,
to
yeah.
know.
The sender request on that
Yeah.
was started. Don't want to hear.
And
Oh well, I didn't know until Wednesday. Mm-mm.
you're not getting it, fam. You're not
Yeah.
getting it. So it's like to not even know why I go and be next week Wednesday, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to know. All right, what am I doing this Saturday? What am I doing the Tuesday, Friday,
Yeah.
the Wednesday? Okay, which days I would want off? Which
Mm-hmm.
days this girl would feel like wanting to jam? Just a
Mm-hmm.
joke, just a joke. But I have to predict all of these things a week in advance.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and constantly having to do that, plan my schedule to a T, I naturally gain that foresight of thinking into the future. Because
Mm-hmm.
like now that I get some of the things out of the day that I needed, I get some clothes, I get some shoes, I get some colognes, I get the things I wanna buy, and now I'm in the point where I'm like, okay, where can I put my money now?
Mm-hmm. You're looking
What,
to
what
invest now.
yeah, what can I invest in now?
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't want to say it out loud, but I'm looking at property to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, it would be a kind of steep kind of push. But, I'm the type of person I don't like to be spending 30 years paying off something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will look for something, take a loan, pay it or try and pay it off within 10 years. Once
Mm-hmm.
that happens, take another loan, do whatever it is I want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
try and make that money come back to me, reciprocate it.
Yep.
Just find ways to where my money doesn't have to go into things of necessity or for instance a place I live in, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I could live somewhere where I get back money from it and I don't have to pay money at all, that's the
Mm-hmm.
expense of the list.
So like
Like
a
so.
duplex.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
We
the
could live in one and rent the other.
mm-hmm.
And then with the rent that would be paying would be covering the mortgage and
But
thing.
I'm not thinking duplex level. I think about multiple apartments on like probably like two
Interesting.
lots of land.
Yeah.
But for another day, just live there. You have to pay nothing for years. So
Mm-hmm.
that means you have more money to invest into other things, into invest into other projects
Mm-hmm.
to bring you back money. And if it's one thing I learned, Jeremy, getting this new job, is don't be afraid to put your money into anything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid because you just spend your money, go into the club, smelling nice, haircuts,
True.
dating gal, everything, right?
True.
What's the problem with investing your money in something? Even though it could fail,
Mm-hmm.
even though you could fail,
Everything then.
yeah, at least you know now, all right, it failed. I get the experience to know why it failed, and I have the foresight
Mm-hmm.
to know what I'm gonna invest into
Ah,
next.
see, and that is what I like about how you just think. Even though you fail, you're looking for the lesson.
Mm.
It wasn't just it fail and like, way boy. Alright, on to the next. No. You're asking questions about the experience and you're
Mm.
bettering yourself during that process.
And one thing is too is that don't feel because I have this type of mindset that I do be feeling like shitting. I will feel sick to my stomach. I'll probably feel upset for weeks. But I'll still keep pushing, and that's the thing we
Mm,
always get caught up with. What we feeling now.
mhm,
Again, you're saying, we had to keep on looking forward in the future.
mhm.
I wouldn't be feeling this feeling in the future, so that's why I have to bear with it now.
Yeah,
Even though I'm feeling sick to my stomach, it's not gonna last forever. You
very
know,
true.
you will feel sick. You
Very
just
true.
That's just something out of stomach.
Yeah, yeah, very true. You just have to keep your mind that you don't only exist now, you exist in the future too. Well, one thing that I realize does help me out with my decision making is thinking if what I'm doing right now would affect me positively or negatively next week.
Mm, mm,
That could help so much people with like addictions and things. Be like, okay, I really want to go and spend my money on this drug. All right, but what position I gonna play in next week?
mm, mm.
Ah,
Had to be scrunting.
yeah.
You don't really
Me,
think about that.
right? True,
Mm,
true. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Even with investing, you be like, oh gosh, I'm frightened to invest in it. Yeah, but you're gonna lose your money anyway.
mm,
You might as well invest it into something that maybe a couple months in the future, you're gonna be even happier.
mm. You're gonna go somewhere.
You lost 100 now, but you gain 1,000 in the future.
Mm.
And that's way better.
Way, way better.
That's
Way
way
better.
better.
Trust.
Yeah, like recently I trying to get a lot of my friends into like credit unions and insurance. Because
Mm.
men, they'll just be like, way boy. And even like I tell you, like start like base level. You don't need $1 million in coverage with insurance to start off with. You could always upgrade your plan. But like initially, just get like that initial coverage, especially if like you're doing things like trades and thing low level jobs. Like you say you lost a hand. That is it. That is it. At a low level job, that is it. You can't make no money doing the same thing you was doing all the time as a low level laborer. No. But if you had insurance, you lost that limb, you have a couple 100,000 to collect. Why
Mm.
losing that limb depending on where your plan is?
Mm.
You just
Mm.
have to think about them negative factors, especially the older you get, especially as a man, you just acquire dependence.
Mm.
It's not just you.
Right.
If you lost income and thing now, I'd be like, way boy dog boy. I wouldn't be able to eat. But it can be even worse to watch your pregnant wife and be like, we wouldn't be able
To
to eat.
eat.
Like that's the
Yeah.
worst feeling possible. You could suffer through that. But you really want to put the people you love most through that?
And if it's one thing men have, it's pride.
Yes.
Pride. That gonna eat your
I
life.
don't wanna have to beg nobody for nothing. But they gonna have to be that
Yup.
guy.
Yup.
They gonna
Yup.
have to be that guy, as David Goggins will say, who's gonna carry the boats and
Boat.
the logs?
Logs.
Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it?
Who
You
is
gonna
going to
stand
do it?
up and say that is me? Well, alright. You gonna have to sacrifice this. You
You're
gonna have to
gonna
sacrifice
sacrifice
that.
that. You're gonna have to sacrifice everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And you doing
Everything.
all that so that the future you could stand up proud and be like, yes, I didn't get to do this at that time, but watch how much things I could do now.
Mm. If this is one thing I wanna discuss on truly letting others develop this type of mindset is to put them in the proper frame of mind first. Now you start there, right?
Mm.
And I feel like a lot of us, and this was including me at a certain point in time for a very long time, but we need to get comfortable with just being with ourselves. You have to get comfortable with being with yourself. You have to be
That's
comfortable with skipping out on the days where you want to go out with your friends. You have to be comfortable
mhm.
with, if you have a girl, be like, hey, yo, I can't really go out this week or I can't really go out next week. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do something. You have to be comfortable with that. And if the person you with isn't okay with you doing this, then get this right. Come listen closely. Get a next person.
Yeah.
Just throw them
Like,
away. Throw them away. Trust me, I know I'm saving you the hard. I'm saving you the trouble. I'm saving you the trouble. Learn from my mistake. Learn from my mistake.
Learn.
Throw them away. You try
Yes,
to make it work,
yes.
trust me, not gonna work. Throw it away.
And that really important. People just people just watch relationships and be like, I'm having such a fun time with this person. All right, now the vows say in sickness and in health, when your pocket healthy and you're spending everything, they must be the greatest person ever. You're only doing fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just be on the best behavior in an amusement park.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is when you're going home in the car ride and I'm feeling sick and you need help and way a flat tire, baby could just help shine some light on my day.
Oh yeah, babes. We spend all day at this amusement park. I kind of broken right now.
Yeah,
You mind putting up. You might having this two for first, or you might covering the two first now. You know, that's the type of people you really want to have. But
yeah,
if they pay it now, and then you reach home, and then 2 days go by, she vex. You
yeah.
know, she giving you attitude,
Mhm.
saying, "Oh well, I pay for." Yeah,
Yeah,
you
starting to
see,
play that game,
yeah,
like
you
it
see.
burning deep down, and then starting to watch like other people. Like the issue with social media too, only viewing the highlights. Watch what my friends doing.
Mhm, mhm.
Watch where she man carry she.
Look where this girl going to vacation. Look where
Mm-hmm.
this. Look where that. You know.
Stop that. Your journey is your journey.
Don't look at other people's journeys and try
Right.
to put it on yourself. What is for
Comparison
you,
is the theft. Is the theft a joy? The
the
thief
theftiest,
a joy.
the
Yeah.
theftiest of the joy, the theftiest, not just the thief, the
Yeah. Yeah.
theftiest
Yeah. Yeah.
of all your joy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. I can't even tell you how much times my joy was killed just looking at another person's success. Like seeing all these girls, you know, and it's hard in this day and age, because when you have somebody or when you're trying to impress somebody
Mm-hmm.
and you do have a up to par, up to standard vehicle that will make you feel nice or look nice,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're comparing it to the other people who giving it to her plus more, that
Ah.
just going to take away your self-esteem a lot,
Yeah.
being like,
You just feel
what's wrong.
inadequate as a
Yeah,
man.
you're just feeling adequate as a man. You're just
Mm-hmm.
feeling adequate as a man. That the same thing, that the things you want to provide, you can provide, and somebody else providing it for her.
Mm-hmm.
You're just feeling adequate. And
But
that's the comparison that is thief your joy.
mm-hmm. There
And
just had to be a good man to feel that. Huh? Yeah, there's had to be a good man to feel that.
what do you mean?
Alright.
Story time. Oh.
That's story time, but yeah. So like just like how they say like you seeing a man treating his woman to the best of his ability and you're like, wow, I want to put myself in a position to do that for my woman. Not everybody does think like that. You
Mm,
ever see like women that were with like great guys and then they end up going to the dogs?
mm, mm.
Dogs don't really think about I'ma treat you like a princess.
Or I have to improve myself to get.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I
They're
understand
just
what
think
you're
about
saying.
okay, this is the minimum effort I put in and I get it. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Bare minimum effort to get the chicks.
Bare
I
minimum.
only focusing on chicks. That is
And
it.
once I get that chicks, that is
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have
yeah,
to
yeah.
improve
I
anything
just
else.
gonna do enough to get the chicks, and that is it. And I just gonna fall back into, oh well, okay, she get me the chicks. She behaving alright. I'll just chill. I'll just rock
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I don't know. For me personally, I feel like that comparison will teeth my joy, but at the same time, it is drive me at the same time,
That
because
is the important
yeah,
part to get
because
outside.
I want to be that person that could do this, that could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't feel insecure to you because I can't provide it to you. I'll feel insecure about myself
Mm-hmm.
because I cannot provide it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I love you to all my capacity and all my capabilities, I would want to give you the world.
Mm-hmm.
you know Once I see somebody else could do something better than me, I automatically pissed
Mm-hmm.
because why can't I do the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
That is just
Mm-hmm.
my mindset.
Yeah.
If I can't provide you the best, why I can't provide you the best, and
Mm-hmm.
how I up in not being able to provide you the best.
Mm-hmm.
you know that was just personally my mindset on anything to do with my loved ones.
Yeah.
Like my whole entire family. If I so pissed at the fact that even though I'm making a decent amount of money now, I'm not
Mhm.
making enough that can make everybody comfortable, and that just
Mhm.
piss me off every single day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It is be a tough thing to look into the mirror as a man and be like, okay, these are the things I want to do, but you're unable to do them.
one reason or the other, one reason or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's what has built character.
Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
pursuit of constant improvement does just build natural character and has
Mm-hmm.
build wisdom and
Mm-hmm.
experience to
Mm-hmm.
be able to lead and guide.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women in this day and age being like, oh, I don't want a man to lead me, XYZ, da 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 da. Yeah, that's right. I don't I don't want for you to have that opinion of me, or to have that rhetoric, or that opinion, or that choice of words.
Mm-hmm.
What I would want to do with my natural character, let it not even be questionable. You could just feel safe and secure enough to be like, I do here what, right? You are reliable, you are responsible,
Mm-hmm.
you can make sure things in place, da 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 da. I trust your decision that you're gonna make my life happier, and let me put it in your hands. Not saying that I can't make these decisions for myself,
Mm-hmm.
but because you're so reliable and I trust you so much, I'm willing to put my whole life in your hands. That's what I want to achieve as a man for myself. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to force that on nobody. I don't want to make
Mm-hmm.
nobody be like, hey, I's the father of the house. I's the
Yeah.
man in the house. What I do is what we doing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
right? Because I say go. No, 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 no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want it to be where shall I say, well, I have this little issue XYZ. What do you think I should do? Well,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should go XYZ. Da 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 da. You
Mm-hmm.
come to seek my counsel
Mm-hmm.
because you really enjoy my responses and you enjoy my opinions on
Mm-hmm.
things, and you really think that I will guide you in the right direction, even though you could do it for yourself. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying that you can't do it for yourself, but I want you to want to do that with me. If you understand what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
Understand what I'm saying? Like that. That brings up an interesting thought I had a time where it was like the difference between respect and fear.
Mm, mm,
It easier to make somebody fear and then be like, ah, okay, we could do what you want to do out of fear. But respect does come from a place of you earn that.
mm, mm,
You
mm,
earn that. Like they trust you so much that alright, I respect your decision making. I've seen you do the right thing and the best thing so many times
mm,
that I know for a fact you could do this better than anybody else.
mm, mm.
That is where us raise up people. Most of the people that I shouldn't say most, all are the people that I admire. Is people that I respect. Is people that are capable. That
Wow.
in the clutch, you could be like, well, what should we do? What should we do? They can stand up and be like, we're doing this, and everybody could be like, you heard what he said. We're doing this.
With a very nice, calm mind, just in any situation, your life could be hanging in the clutch. And you like legit, you could be dying from a poison. You get
Mm-hmm.
bitten by a snake in the middle of the forest, in the middle of the
Mm-hmm.
wild. Okay, this person right here, I have no chance of surviving, but
Mm-hmm.
believing in this person right here increases my chances significantly more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Significantly more.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that level of calmness and comfort. Like the, that is why again experience is so important because the more things you experience, the less things will surprise you.
Mm, mm-hmm,
You'll
mm-hmm.
be in a terrible situation and everybody gonna be like, oh my gosh, and you're just gonna be like, stop. I've been through this before.
Come on, come on, come on,
I've
man.
been through this before.
I've been to hell and back, baby.
Yeah, yeah,
I could
yeah, yeah.
handle this.
That
This ain't scary.
that
This ain't none of me.
unshakable confidence.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
and even though it's something that never happened to you before, you've been through the road enough times to be like, all right, wait, I've never been through this before,
Yeah.
but this not going to shake me.
Yeah. That that rock. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the foundation, a pillar.
Mm.
That's strong to uplift everybody else.
And and I feel like this is both the plight of man, where they would want respect, but not necessarily want to earn the respect. They feel like just being able to just pay for everything
Mhm.
demands respect. They feel like just, being a nice guy is enough to just gain respect,
Nah.
you know? All
Mm-hmm.
those things are naturally intrinsically good as a person,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, what does really make people gain respect for you
Mm-hmm.
is your ability to bring results.
Yes.
How do you bring
Yes.
results? Through experience
Mm-hmm.
and through your wisdom and your intellect. Things like the way you don't rush, you have to have patience. All of
Mm-hmm.
these things are what make people respect you. How you react to certain situations,
Mm-hmm.
how much you raised your the tone of your voice. Because if it's one thing I learned that I've been reading on the internet a lot
Mm-hmm.
from books and shit, is that when you are in the heat of anger,
Mm-hmm.
don't say nothing. Don't raise your
Mm-hmm.
voice. Don't say nothing at all.
Yes.
When you're in the depth of sadness, don't explode. Don't break down. Do not say whatever is on the top of your head.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things, you must be able to have the patience and the restraint to just step back, reassess, and then come back to be able to intelligently talk about what you have been feeling after the fact,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that way you can have a lot more solutions to your problems,
Mm-hmm.
versus seeing something in the heat of a moment. Because most of the times in the heat of the moment, you don't really mean the things you're saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just because your emotions are so strong and intense and you're feeling so passionate about something that you're feeling. You would say what come the first thing that come to your head and not really the thing that you truly mean,
Right.
you know? And that's one thing I learned about things. You don't speak when you're in the heat of an emotion, you
Mm-hmm.
wait,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And that is one thing a lot of people just have to understand more. Because people just think emotional intelligence and emotional expression is the same thing. It's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not. Just because
Mm-mm.
you have expressed the emotions a lot does not mean you are emotionally
Emotionally
intelligent.
intelligent
Okay? Those things do not correlate.
whatsoever.
Right. Emotional
Whatsoever.
intelligence is being able to see emotions objectively and understanding why you're feeling what you're feeling and being able to communicate that in a truthful and genuine way. Right? That is emotional intelligence. Not, okay, I feeling vex. Everybody had a know I vex.
Mm-hmm.
What? I feeling angry at you now. We need to talk about this now. Okay, babe, how about we talk about this on cooler heads? All right? Let you go for a drive and come back and then we discuss it. No, 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 we can't talk about this now because I agree now. Right? We're going, we're going. And constantly poke the bear and
And
poke the bear
and
and poke the bear.
and
And the bear
fellas,
saying, all right, I can go for a drive and you can come back. And then you can say something to make the bear just go straight to the
fail,
level that you are at.
go straight to your neck, straight for your neck,
Why?
straight for your neck.
Why do they do this? I doesn't like when people just do that. Like we go be having an argument and be like, okay, wait, 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 wait. I am seeing this is going to escalate. Let's separate for a little bit, calm down, and then we'll discuss it. In
No,
the process of separating, you'll know something I tell you in confidence. And then you'll be like, ah,
bring it back
and
up.
just throw that up.
Throw
And you
that up.
know that like my deepest, darkest stuff. You know that gonna get a rise out of me. Just want to turn around and be like, ah.
And most of the times, I honestly feel like this will happen with women a lot. Not saying that it doesn't happen. Remember, it happened to women a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why they do it is not. I wouldn't say it's because of outer betterment or this thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it is more because they are feeling they are feeling this type of way,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel like for you to truly understand how they are feeling,
Mm-hmm.
they feel the need to respond in that certain way.
Yeah.
Not that they want to hurt you, it's honestly just something that just comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, as I say, in the heat of the moment, it will just come out. Whatever to the top of your head will come
Right.
out just to poke whatever, because it's
Mm-hmm.
like a self-defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if somebody trying to poke at me, right? If somebody trying to shoot at me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go and shoot back.
Yeah.
I will shoot back.
Yeah.
It's natural. I will shoot back. If
Mm.
somebody trying to hit me, try to trip me up, I go and hit you. I dread roundhouse kick to neck. You go and try and cuff me, I go and try and kill you.
Mm.
Right? That is just the general mentality of a
Yeah.
lot of people in
Well,
society.
whatever energy you're paying, expect to get back that energy.
Put double it. Double it. Some
Yeah.
people just wanna just reciprocate. Some people just wanna multiply, and
Mm.
then somebody does want to what take it to the power of 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know
You're like an eye for an eye. Nah, you ought to be blind after.
yeah, you have to be blind. you have
You
to
ought
be
to be
you
blind
have to be
after.
blind, car
Nah.
smell and car taste. That's how bad I want to. You should have never want to do that to me. How dare
Mhm.
you? Let me take it back on you back.
Uh,
But that's all to say that we human beings are just very intricate, complex, yet simple beings. It's simple yet complex at the same time.
mhm.
Once you can get past what is complex is the barrier.
Mhm.
That barrier, to bypass that barrier is the most complex thing ever. But once you bypass that
Mhm.
barrier, everything else on the inside is much more clear and simple at the base, at the source, at the
Mhm.
root. You know? And a lot of the times how these barriers are constructed is because of the root itself, right? So
Mhm.
say let me give you an example, right? I'll bring up a parable from the Bible
Mhm.
where I think Jesus said something about if I make a house on a sandy ground,
Mhm.
how can I expect it to stay strong? How could I extend it to withstand the elements? But if I build my house on solid foundation, on a rock,
Mhm.
then it will stand, right?
Mhm.
Just like how if you meet somebody from a nasty situation,
Mhm.
right? Then after the nasty situation, everything clear, everything out the way, whatever. You can't expect anything positive to come from that relationship
Mhm.
because at the root of everything was negative. What
Mhm.
it came from, what evolved from was something negative.
Mhm.
Nothing of poor foundation could ever last because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, that poor foundation go and bite you back in the ass when something serious happen. If
Yeah.
I build my house on sand, real nice house,
Mhm.
three stories high, two lot of land, but it's
Mhm.
on sand, right?
Mhm.
Everything going good. Nothing happening now. Let rain.
Yeah.
Let a earthquake come. What
Mhm.
going to happen to that entire house? The
Yeah, gonna
entire
fall
thing
down.
is going to come falling down, and it's the same
Mhm.
thing with every single situation in
The
life.
foundation important.
Foundation is very important.
Mhm.
So then now, when you refer that back to the foundation of your core
Mhm.
and the barriers that you have up, your barriers going to be set up for the wrong reasons because
Mhm.
your core, you didn't figure out your core properly as yet, or the core reason as to why you are having these problems. So you
Mhm.
set up the barrier for the wrong reasons.
Mhm.
So then now, when people get past these barriers for the wrong reasons, you're probably gonna end up getting hurt the same way you got hurt again in the past because your barriers stemmed from a toxic, imperfect foundation for to start with.
Mhm.
You know, and that's why we really have to look at the foundation or the core of everything first before we set up our barriers or look at other people or look at
Mhm.
ourselves or look at our behaviors. We have to come to the root cause of wait, but Jassy, why are you such a boy? Like really and truly, like
Yeah.
why? What caused you to be like this? What caused you to make your heart so cold, so stone-hearted? What make you feel to believe that all gal is shit?
Mhm.
Was it because of one gal? Was it because of many? Was it because of my mother? Was it because of my sister? Was it because of my teachers? What is it because of my general everyday interactions with women?
Mhm.
And it could be applied vice versa. Wait, boy. Jennifer, why am I up?
Mhm.
Why do I feel all man and shit?
Mhm.
Is it because of my last interaction with my last boyfriend wasn't
Mhm.
the best? Is it because I was raised in not the best family environment?
Mhm.
Is it because I was lacking the proper mental figure, the proper male figures in my life
Mhm.
to properly have a framework for what am I supposed to expect.
Mm.
Is it because of what I'm facing on the workplace? If I'm facing a lot of gender inequality on the workplace,
Mm-hmm.
all of these things really do matter to the basis. And that is
Mm-hmm.
why I will always say, whenever you are in the heat of the moment, never say what you wanna say.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and assess, see what is the deeper cause, and then go forward from there.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a lot of practice to do that,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to do it.
And you have to.
You have to do it. You have
Plenty.
to do it.
Down
And that.
to down to me. I would say all of
Mm-hmm.
this advice, and our situation will come to the very next day, and I'll revert back to my toxic ways.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not perfect. I will.
Yeah.
It will happen sometimes.
No one is. No one is. But
But
that it have beauty in that.
mm-hmm,
It have beauty in the fact that we aren't perfect.
mm-hmm,
That
mm-hmm.
means it could always get better.
Right.
It could always get better. My God, as as great as you could get a house, you could still look at it and be like, this still not enough for me. And that is the beauty in the journey.
Mm,
That is the
mm,
beauty in the journey. It always have a next step. It always have like, right, like these me now. But like me next week, me next month, game changer.
mm-hmm,
Game changer. I'm about to be
mm-hmm,
so much better. I
mm-hmm.
don't even know what I might look like, but I know it gonna be better than now.
And it's also to know that this life of progress is not just a straight uphill incline. It will have some days where you just stoop back into your old habits.
Mm-hmm.
It will have those days.
Mm-hmm.
But what is important to note is that those days do not define you.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I struggled with for a very long time. The
Mm-hmm.
mistakes I made in my past, my educational life, my love life, my relationship with my peers,
Mm-hmm.
I always used to hold myself strictly accountable and feel guilty about how things would turn out between me and other people,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I have to, and but it took me some time to learn that those actions do not define who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I define who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, police officers supposed to be good, quote unquote supposed to be good, quote unquote supposed to be good, right? But let me look at all the actually good police officers. They may make a mistake once or twice,
Mm-hmm.
but that one mistake can end up them taking a life.
Mm-hmm.
But just because it's a grave mistake, does that mean that that mistake should define them for the rest of their life?
Mm-hmm.
Just because a celebrity make a mistake and offend gay people, straight people, black
Mm-hmm.
people, white people, women, men, and this is also why I don't like. Matter of fact, let me talk about this. You ever realize a lot of the YouTubers now getting caught for being PDF files?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You don't find that kind of odd, kind of
But
strange, kind of weird?
it's almost like every 2 weeks, I just saying, so and so is cancelled. Okay, let me just check. Pedophile. What? What? Why
Pedophile.
everybody
Is that
talking to minors?
everybody is talking to
No,
minors.
even like I really like Mr. Beast. Why is he involved in these things? Why is he involved in these things? Like, oh, he was in the group chat with what? Oh, out of all the Mr. Beast controversies, I thought that I never thought he would have been involved in that.
Yeah,
I
and
know
the
he
thing
just
is too,
fucking so much
and the
controversies. No,
thing
like it
is,
started with that. I know it's so much.
and the thing is too, he not even directly related to it. He
Mhm.
was just in the group chat.
Yeah.
You just have to be in the group chat, and you could just get
Mhm.
cancelled for it.
Yeah.
Like
But pedophilia is bad.
it is
It's
bad.
terrible.
But what I
What
feel,
causing this trend? Why so many?
no, the thing is now, I feel that the internet is getting a bit out of hand with it because yes, PDF files are bad and we need to stop them and we need to, preserve them because of the children or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Well, here's where I can't understand the hypocrisy in it
Mhm.
because let me look at, yes, obviously being a PDF file is bad, right? Because
Mhm.
it directly affects children's
Yeah,
lives,
it's terrible.
right? But why we don't talk about all these murderers we glorifying in these rap songs? These
Yeah,
murderers
fact.
These murderers are taking out fathers,
Mhm.
directly impacting children's lives.
Mhm.
These murderers are taking out civilians, indirectly impacting a child's life.
Mhm.
Just as important as
Mhm.
somebody being a PDF file,
Mhm.
right? Just as important. I'm not saying one is worse than that's not the conversation I'm having here.
Mhm.
The conversation I'm having here is that these things are greatly affecting children at an alarming rate as well.
Mhm.
But what we choose to only make put our attention on is just the PDF files and not everything holistically that could harm children.
Mhm.
And that's why I feel like everybody is just looking for cloud, trying to expose PDF files and not actually trying. Like it's like they're trying to
You know
expose
what? You're
them
right.
for cloud, but not for the actual reason of exposing them. You know?
You're right. You know what? You know what could also be influencing that? It corny. To bear with me. It corny.
To be a PDF file.
No, not to be a PDF file. No, it's not funny. Okay, it corny to be like murders bad guys. Like duh, Frederick. Everybody know murders bad. So like, why we listen to rap songs? Like they're rapping about killing people. Just vibe, please. You're killing our vibe.
Yeah, killing
You're
our
killing our vibe
dude.
right
You're
now.
killing our vibe, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I am one of them because I don't give a that man sounding real hard. He's
Yeah.
sounding real hard.
Just be
Like
like,
I not like I not I go on, I know I'm not gonna say I'm a part of the problem too because I sound these rap songs as be
yeah.
sounding
Like
very
YMW Melly. YMW
yellow
Melly.
tape around his butt. You know,
It's a
you
homicide.
know, you
I
find that
was vibing to
yeah,
that.
that's a very
Then,
hard song.
then one day, while I was vibing to that, it's like, let me just look into this based on a true story. What?
Yeah,
What? He
it,
did that
he
shit.
actually did that shit.
And then we just be like, oh, free so and so, free so and so. Look, Vibes Cartel free. He's been calling it some people.
Been calling
Free
hits,
Cartel,
free
free
cat,
world
and the
boss.
thing is too. Matter of fact, I am giving Cartel a chance because he spreaded a positive message
Right.
to the youth. He said, "Do not be on the crime.
Mm-hmm.
Do not be on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it."
Right.
I admire that.
So that is growth. That's
That's
growth.
a lot of growth.
That
He
is growth.
went inside, realized it was not worth it for amount of
Mm-hmm.
for real time for time and time and time. And if you ever realize, most of Cartel songs from in prison was
Mm-hmm.
more like
More conscious.
no, not even conscious. I would say it would stray away from the violence and crime
Mm-hmm.
and more about the dirty wine and yeah, it
Yeah, yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
I way I was,
Things more acceptable. Things that
yeah,
wouldn't be as harmful
yeah,
to
yeah,
society.
stray away from the crime itself,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll
Yeah.
put and I'll and I'll cross into our next
'Cause-
topic
mhm.
about how no, you was gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna bring up like one really disheartening thing to me right now is the amount of young people with guns.
God Almighty, like
One of my friends get robbed the
Jesus
other day from a
Christ,
teenager, and I could visibly see he was a child,
my God,
hands shaking.
what's a gun in now?
No, my friend was with his girlfriend at the time.
What's a gun in now? What's
Look,
a gun in now?
and he was like, bro, if I was with my girlfriend, I would have beat up that little boy.
What's a gun in now?
With that gun?
With a gun,
Why a little child have a gun?
because
Why 15-year-old boys and things have guns?
and we could put that directly too, but not. But the thing is, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna point it directly to the music for the sole reason because the music is a result of the violence that
Mm-hmm.
occurs in society.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say it's kind of a cycle that it's not a main priority that supplies to the violence in society.
Mm-hmm.
But it has some factor. I can't pinpoint what factor it is. I don't know how large or how small it is. I can't. I really can't tell it. All I know is it does have some part to play in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the main part. It will be far from the main part. It will never be the main part, but it
Mm-hmm.
does have some part to play in it.
And you know, real dangerous too, the sense of belonging. There is a choir listening to certain songs and rapping certain things.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying is a 6, or saying is a 7.
You know how
That
much
amount of community
you know how
is
much
a fire.
friends I know.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with them. Went to boys' school. We went to a Catholic church. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mother and father, very nice people. Very very nice people.
Mm-hmm.
But you're associating yourselves with those affiliations.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you wanna be bad. Because the music is bad man music.
But not just you want to be bad, you want to belong.
Yeah, you wanna
You want to
belong.
belong.
Yeah, you wanna be that's
Humans love to commune, and
you
that
want
is
to
where you're
belong.
finding it.
You want to belong.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't take it away from these artists that are releasing this music because this is actually the lifestyle that they live. This is their soul they are putting
Mm-hmm.
into their music. This is how they
Well,
truly feel when it comes to this. This is not something that they just play a game with.
mm-hmm.
This is their life.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, because of it, they are influencing other people to join that life. Not
Mm-hmm.
directly, not the main source, but they are influencing somebody in some way, some shape, or some form on how to move when somebody pull on you a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
on how to deal with certain situations if somebody wrong you.
Yep.
You know?
And normalizing it too.
And normalizing it too. And that's where I'll bring it back. I'll gateway it back to what I was gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the kid, we'll talk about how much orphan children are actually in Trinidad and Tobago or
Mm-hmm.
worldwide that we do not focus on trying to push the agenda for.
Mm-hmm.
While we don't look at all the robberies that innately affect these family lives or affect these children memories for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not looking at all the kidnapping situations that occur in
Mm-hmm.
homes that potentially affect a child's mind for life?
Mm-hmm.
All of these things affect children's minds for life,
Mm-hmm.
for life. And I'm not saying that all PDF files is less of an urgency than murderers or killers or whatever. That's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
What I am saying, however, is the amount of energy we are putting into PDF files, we should put into murderers. We should put into kidnappers. We should put into robbers. We
Mm-hmm.
should put into all these other things. Because
Yeah.
we have more than enough energy to put attention to these things,
Yeah.
but we just focusing on doing this one thing as PDF files for what? Just the cloud
Yeah.
at this
Yeah.
point. Like half of y'all don't even care about the children after the fact. You care about like most of the scenarios we looking at EDP. We focusing more on EDP than the fact that that child has gone through. We're not looking
Mm-hmm.
to see if that child seek any type of therapy after the fact that EDP put
Yeah.
them through that type of things. We are not looking at the children. We're just looking to prosecute people.
Yeah. You
Uh,
just looking to glamorize that. See, I told you so. That guy that has over 1 million followers, I knew he was a bad guy.
like
And making memes and jokes about it. These are real issues.
are real life issues where real life people are getting real life affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, no GoFundMe's and things for them.
Yeah, no GoFundMe's. You don't
They'd be
even
like,
know.
he was interfering with a minor.
Who's the
Who's the
minor?
minor?
Who's the minor?
Ah,
Uh,
uh,
like, 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 like.
yeah.
No, don't get me wrong.
Just not important. The victim not important. The point is we're prosecuting you.
Like,
You're a
like,
bad
like. Don't
guy.
get me wrong. Continue to do the things you do to pull out these PDF files. Don't
Right.
stop.
But
But start to focus on the children a lot more too.
mhm,
Start to make sure they're in a perfect frame of mind. Make sure that they're
yeah.
actually seeking therapy. Like, let me continue to pick up on the families of these children that are being affected
and
by these
then
people
and then we also had to speak on prevention. Why are so many kids
being interacted with
in
adults.
a sexual manner? Why is that so common?
Like, we keep on putting the people in prison or we publicly shaming them
Mhm,
without being like, you know, I find this happening a lot.
mhm.
You know the solution? Let me just get them all. Let me get them all. Let me put them all in prison. Like as if that was ever the solution to any problem in human history. Like just put them
Mhm,
in prison. Weed, weed. What? You have weed? Like put you in prison.
mhm, mhm,
How much more people get into weed after you put somebody in prison for weed?
mhm.
Oh, gangbangers. Like put them in prison.
Yeah,
How much more gangbangers we have on the streets after putting more into prison?
that's true. That's
Like,
true. Is
wh-
is is not a solution. It's not a solution. Because not enough people asking why. And that's one of the most important questions
Yeah,
you could ask. Why?
we're not delving any more deeper than
Right.
yes, we found them. We did a good job, guys. Pat,
Okay. Pat the money back.
you did
When
good.
when you really watch the literature and thing, you seen how much pedophiles were touched when they were children. Okay, so it's a systemic thing. That
Mm,
means it happening because alright, it happened to you, so you gonna make it happen to other people. And
mm.
just proliferating over and over and over again. Okay, gangbanging. Alright, as a young guy, a young black male, I'm like, alright, I not seen any other option to be accepted. And like this is like the cool thing to do. Okay, I want to be cool. I want to be accepted. I want to be respected. I want to get money. Oh, everybody else getting money. Alright. They're selling drugs. Literally, I've literally heard men say, wow, boy. I work in this 9 to 5 and I'm making like 700 a week. I was making this a day on the block.
Let me go back to the block.
Let me just go back to the block real quick.
Let me go on. Let me go and heal my dog. Let me get a little brick. Let
Yeah.
me brick that up. Let me sell out.
Uh, you don't understand, you know, but you don't understand. I can't be taking this stress with these customers and thing. But it's best I just go back to what I was doing before.
Let me
My
go back
mother
on the
telling me
block.
about, oh, make a genuine living. Make, boy, me a studying she, you know, boy. Because she ain't give me no money to go no party and thing, boy, dog. But it's a big man, and I seems to handle it.
You know, and these things just happen when you don't show people a proper way out of the lifestyle that they are in.
Right,
You know,
right. But don't see enough examples.
they don't see enough examples. Same thing with PDFs, same thing with murderers, same thing with robbers and gangbangers and drug dealers. Same thing. We don't show them a way out. We just tell them, hey yo, if you do this, you're gonna go to prison. If you do this, you're going to die. Sometimes those reasons are just not enough for people. A
Mm,
lot of youths now do not care about dying. They
mm,
do not care. They know they are going to live a fast life. They're going to die by 23, 24, if even so
mm-hmm,
much. They know this.
mm-hmm,
They accepted this.
mm-hmm,
At some point now, you have to start figuring out, okay, what is our next direction or what's our next way we could take to influence these youths to take a
mm-hmm.
different direction? What factors can we influence?
Yeah.
Can we put a community center there? Make sure all the children growing up, put them in a community center. Why we don't look to get some programs from oil and gas
Mm.
companies to sponsor some programs to actually, facilitate arts and crafts, facilitate some type of skill, playing an
Uh,
instrument. We going the extra step and the extra mile to not only give to give others the a way out, but to enhance society on a whole.
right. We
You
need to
know,
give people opportunities.
like for instance, like K-Man, right? Yeah, he's a gangbanger or whatever, but
Mhm,
I cannot wait for the day because he's very talented. I like his music. I'm
mhm,
just very sad it has to be the type of music he's singing, even though it
mhm,
sounds very hard. I just can't wait for the day where he evolves out of that to make our own lane for himself, to get himself out of that gang life, to encourage
mhm,
people to come out of that gang life, and
mhm,
to make music that sounds beautiful because the boy is talented. He's like
mhm.
19. He's
Yeah,
younger than me. He's 19.
yeah.
He's very talented. If he could reach to that point and get out of that forever, that'll be a blessing. That'll be a blessing to all of Trinidad and Tobago.
But it'll be the environment.
But it's the
It'll be the
environment.
environment.
He just have to get opportunities to get out of that environment.
Right.
Just like Prince Swanee.
Yeah.
Swanee in the States. He
Yeah.
don't like a Trinidad. He not in that. He in the
Yeah.
States.
But it's not sometimes not even like getting out of your country alone. You could probably just like move out of the current city and move into a different one. And I think like there's battle the current generation so much, but I had to bash the previous one just a little bit.
A little. A little.
Just a little bit. I don't want to make it too long. The current generation, right,
Mm.
want to live fast and die young. And the previous generation just want to use you as much as possible because they know they're going to die just now.
Mm.
I don't appreciate the age of politicians.
Oh
I don't.
my
You are going to
God.
lead my country for the next half a decade and make decisions that are going to affect my country for the next 100 years, but you are not going to live probably for the next 20.
Like,
Come
like you see
on,
what has been going
come
down in
on.
Parliament
Why
in
are
Trinidad and
not
Tobago,
almost everybody's over 70 and thing? Why?
and they'll be like,
Why?
oh, they have experience, think, da da da. Majority of them didn't get a degree. You know what? I probably speaking out my bottom here, but what I would say is that the current generation are more educated by fact because
True,
a lot more people,
true.
a larger percentage of the population now is getting degrees in comparison
Right.
to the one as before.
But it's not what you know, it's who you know. They
Who you
know
know?
so many people. Being a politician is gaining votes. That is it.
Mhm.
You get enough people to believe in you, you win.
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
okay. You have a degree in sociology. You must know what's best for society. We should put you in place.
Nah, because I know Anand don't kill me. I just joking. Because I know Anand want policy pass where he could benefit the most.
Mm-hmm.
Anand go and sponsor your
Yeah.
whole thing.
All of
He
a
go and
sudden, I
sponsor
seen
all your
your
camp
face all over.
over. He go and sponsor, yeah. All of a sudden, you seen him all the advertisements, all the campaigns, all
Mm-hmm.
over. Just because Anand want a little policy pass,
Mm-hmm.
he go and spend some of that money real
Yeah.
quick
Yeah.
just for me to get most of the public's attention to get the vote.
Yeah. And that's
And
just it.
and as the thing is like it's like this is a circle. I don't know where to start at. Is it to blame the people because we being dumb for voting them back in power and not doing our due diligence to look at the people who are
Mm-hmm.
running? Or is it the people who are running? Or
No.
is it both?
Is
And if it is both, how much is the fact what is the percentage of
is
both sides?
is not the people that are running. Because the thing about being a human is that you would do what's best for you most of the time. So people just watch the spare influence like this. Things that are best for me, things that are best for my family, things that are best for my friends, things that are best for my community, things that are best for my nation. Right? Now, most of the time, you do what's best for you first.
Mm, mm,
Right?
mm, mm.
Unless it's like your loved ones and thing, those are the exceptions. Your father, your mother, your children, wife, yeah, exceptions. Now, if you are in the highest position of power possible, a lot of people are not heroes, they are people. They are going to try the best for themselves. If I see I could take as much money and make my family set for millennia, I'll do that.
No, but
And no repercussions, I'll do
no,
that.
but dog,
Greed is easy to
no,
be
but dog,
attained at that level.
but why does be taking in, right?
Mm-hmm.
The prime minister does make 80,000 a month, right?
Right?
80,000.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you sponsored for life, even if you're not going to get vote back in. You're going to get
Right?
a large lump sum of money
Which
every
is true.
month for the rest of your life,
Is
right?
80,000 dollars enough? It's not.
80,000, huh?
It's not enough.
$80,000 a month?
It's not enough.
How would that ever?
You are saying that.
How would that ever?
You, little black boy, who has been conditioned by a certain lifestyle. People that reach the highest level of things, like a billionaire, would never watch $80,000 as enough. Never.
You see, and that's what it is. That is the thing you was talking about, greed. That's what it's just
Right.
boiled back down to. Because I
Right.
believe in my sincerest of hearts that if I'm running for the prime minister of a nation, right, not a personal business, not a whatever. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
making $80,000 a month, I would be more than, and on top of that too, all my vehicles are tax write off. I don't have to pay a
Mm-hmm.
cent for them.
Yeah.
Food, buy nothing. I don't get a cent for that.
Mm-hmm.
All your flights getting paid for.
Mm-hmm.
I just basically get $80,000. I don't know if it's before or after tax to just keep in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Me being me, 10 months, $800,000.
Mm-hmm.
$800,000. I would buy land and just buy land again.
Mm-hmm.
Build. Keep on. Like, I don't have to be
These prime
greedy.
ministers not gonna vote here.
No, the thing is, I don't have to be greedy and want everything. Once I have enough to live comfortable and my family to live comfortable enough, I am done the prime minister. I already have the network and connections to
Mhm.
help my family. I do
Right.
not have to make sure my family doesn't work a day in their life again. I just have to make sure my family is set in a position to sustain themselves for many, many lifetimes.
Let's say you are the figurehead, right? Let's say you are the prime minister.
Mm.
And then your fellow ministers do not have that mindset. They will not agree to having you as the figurehead
Nah, well, though,
because
yeah,
they would want to do corrupt things, and you would be like, guys, let's not do this. Who's this guy? He's corny. Get him out of
yeah, but you
here.
know why? But you
Get
know
him
why?
out of
But you
here.
know what I gonna do?
Who's that?
If it's one thing I do, I just collect information. You know, I don't ever,
Blackmail?
I don't ever. No, I'm not blackmailing. I going straight to the public. I
Hmm.
do not. If I'm going to engage in a scenario, I don't ever go unprepared.
The public
Every
does
single.
forget.
No, 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 no,
The
no.
public does forget.
No. If I out you and say, "Hey, yo, I do not want this minister anymore."
Why?
Well, if you check it, I have a receipt
You're
for
not
one
gonna get the
point two.
face. That's why you're not gonna get the face. They'll sense that in you coming up.
Nah,
They'll sense
nah,
that in you coming up in
nah,
the ranks.
nah,
You would
nah,
have to
nah.
do corrupt things before you reach to the point of
Right, I
minister.
go and do corrupt things and record it. I
Right.
go
So
and
then
have paper
everybody
trail.
coming down.
Yeah, and I
See?
gonna back here this. No, as soon as I gonna back here this, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I did some corrupt things,
Mm-hmm.
but I did not do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I did it to expose these people
As a matter.
as a matter. I
Mm-hmm.
will undo these changes because I have the power as prime minister now.
Mm-hmm.
But I did these things to get in this position. I am going to expose every single one.
Person.
But now my head on a plate though. My
Mm-hmm.
head on a
Yeah,
plate
yeah,
though.
yeah,
My head
yeah.
on a plate though.
You're on that Martin Luther Malcolm X type
Yeah,
shit.
but nah, but I
You are going to die.
nah, but I show it down. But you see that police force? I go and
Yeah.
that police force. I go and make sure and pay them heavy out of my own pockets.
Mhm.
My own
Yeah.
pockets.
But to circle back to where you say initially, where if you should blame the politician or if you should blame the people,
Oh, boo.
you should blame the people. You should
Uh,
blame the people. It's
uh,
our fault.
yeah, it's our fault.
It's our fault.
But at the same time too, I would say it's both, but it's more on the politicians than the people. Because the reason why I would
More the
say that,
people and the
no,
politicians,
the
brother.
reason why I would say that is because the people are just naturally desperate. They
Mm-hmm.
are desperate for a change. They are desperate to see things become easygoing as it was when Trinidad and Tobago was in 2006.
They're not that desperate.
People want change that can make their standard of living better.
They're not that desperate.
No, they are very desperate.
They're not
They
that
are
desperate.
very, very desperate.
They're not that
You
desperate.
see,
Wait, I can't say RL hot take.
let me hear that.
But the reason why I'm saying they're not that desperate. Okay, let's say you're in a room, right? And it have exits to that room.
Mm,
I try exit A,
mm,
didn't work out.
mm,
I come back to the room.
mm,
I try exit B,
mm.
didn't work out. I come back to the room. And I would try exit C
Right. Yeah.
because I'm desperate now. So I
Right.
try my last choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are not trying our last choice. There are not two options in politics.
Mm-hmm.
They are independent parties.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not getting votes?
Because they don't have enough attention on them.
They don't have vote?
Enough attention on them.
Why?
Because they don't have the funding.
Where does get funding from?
The exact same people that want the policies passed.
And regular people. And
Regular
people
people.
and people could do a GoFundMe. People spend
People don't.
millions of dollars on
People don't.
shoes.
No, but people don't do GoFundMes in Trinidad. They're not that successful in Trinidad at all, by any
True,
span
but
of
have
the
charities and
imagination.
things. Have
No,
charities and
nobody
things.
want to be a Red Cross dog. Nobody want to be nobody want to dog. Nobody want to give money for that.
No,
I would give money for a cause I believe in, but that's not everybody. Everybody is not like that.
right,
Nobody want to give
but
their own hard-earned money to somebody else for charity.
they should be. They should be.
Yeah, they should.
What's like and this is the hard part about habits. I don't like what Trinidadians did with KFC. All the time the price raising, right? You are not cutting back on spending your money. As soon as the something catch up, it's like, oh, Harbour, we no longer buying from KFC, we no longer buying from KFC. And they stood together. and they held hands and they kumbaya'd and they bring back the ketchup. You can enact change on a national scale if you stand together. Now, me being me, I thought, lesson learned. You stood by your guns on a national scale and you saw change in real time.
Mhm.
And you are applying that nowhere else?
I mean, like, wait.
Nowhere
Be like,
else.
oh, guys, we get back ketchup on her. But if we could do this for ketchup, what would the prices do?
Your dollars are valuable. You are valuable. Your time is valuable. If you don't like something, change it. And convince everybody you know to do the same. We don't like what our government is doing. Alright? But I don't want to violently protest. Don't violently protest. Vote with your dollars. Oh, we just line in the pockets of them big boys them. Alright. You don't want to get the big boys them money? Don't. Don't buy brand name shoes. That is the big boys. Buy shoes from a local guy. It have local men that are selling shoes. There are entrepreneurs everywhere. Give them your money.
Be like, nah, them entrepreneurs price real high.
No, not every entrepreneur price well
No, no,
high.
no, no. That's what they can say. No, that's what they say.
Yeah, but
Them
again,
prices
back
real high.
all over again now,
You know?
because men can't tell you. Because I sell punch, right? Right? I take a little pause right now, but I sell punch, right? I just sell my punch for $20.
Mm, mm.
Tell me why certain people watch me in my face and be like, $20 a little steep.
But then buy it.
You buy Starbucks. Starbucks is 40 something dollars, TT. I gotta need like 2 free sample at each one of your things. What? I am a small business. I don't have that kind of money.
I would be like, here, watch this, right? Listen, right? You want that two sample come with two coffin. I just mean, you know that one time. If you take this two sample again, two cuff one time, and it not soft.
Bro.
And it not soft.
Bro.
Right?
People just consistently complain. And then when you show them, okay, well, this is what you need to do. Look as simple as exercise. Right? I love to use exercise example because that is almost my life. I want to lose weight. Okay. In simplistic terms, because we could make everything sound easy, is as simple as calories in, calories out. Eat less than you expend, you will lose weight. Yeah, but like I have like a lot of issues. Like I just get hungry. Everybody does get hungry. Really just get hungry. I just get hungry. Okay. Just because you're feeling something doesn't mean act on it. So much problems. Let's have like simple solutions, but as you say, simple yet complex. The barriers to the motion. Vote with your money.
No, honestly, I
Exercise.
wish like I had the power to like mind control people. So like I would have just be like, no, I would have
Freedom
just
of choice is beautiful.
no,
So
no,
I
I don't
know
be, no, I don't, no, I don't be like, I will, no, I know. I'll say this. I'll say, if anybody notice, I'm telling you this right now, right? If the day only certain people get superpowers, and I am one of them, I will be a villain.
What are
I'm
you guys?
telling you this now. I will be a villain. You know why? Because I will be the villain to make humanity unite to become better. I don't care.
Man.
It is way easier to make humanity unite over being a villain than being a hero, dog.
Lem-
You know why? Because when you become a hero, you have to debate nonsense. You have to convince people why to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I'll make it. I don't know. Let me convince you how to do the right thing. Because when I was the villain and I do it to you, you wouldn't like it. You would not like it. And because of that, all they were band together to get rid of me. And I don't care. I don't care. I know I do my villainy for a greater good. The ends do justify the means to me.
Yeah.
I don't care. Or they're dying. Dead.
You know what really beautiful
Done.
about that too? Like in a lot of alien shows and thing like what's the name of that alien show where humanity did unite together, boy? I think it had Denzel in it.
Predator X or something, so I don't know.
Nah, I can't remember it right now, for some reason.
It's not a good
I'm
movie
blank.
person either, but still.
But yeah, and it was so beautiful that the entirety of humanity united together against the alien threat. All races, all
Wait, now,
sexes held hands.
that's a quiet place, so.
A quiet, no, not a quiet place, not a quiet place. I can't remember it right now, but that like spaceships and stuff. It was not a quiet place. But yeah, but the point is that like in the face of those type of odds, everybody just forget all the differences and just go towards the greater good.
Yeah, because if I become a villain, I affecting the poor, the rich, the middle class
Like
alike.
everybody together.
Everybody is going to unite.
Mm-hmm.
Versus me now, if I actually saving people, I'm helping people, I'm helping
Yeah,
the
they're going to
poor.
get for granted.
Yeah, for sure. Or you're not going to take this cutoffs for granted, though.
Yeah, and that
To
real
tell
unfortunate, eh? Do not take the people in life who do good for
for granted,
granted.
but it that human nature apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I had to cut your ass for you to be like, wait, but that don't feel nice, man.
Yeah,
That don't feel
you gotta
nice.
be punished.
Yeah, you had
You're
like,
not a child. You're an adult.
yeah,
Think.
it's just so sad. It's just so sad. Like I gonna be a villain. I'm going to be so selfish. I'm going to help my friends and my families, and I just I gonna be like Robin Hood. Could
Yeah,
I take
take
from
from
the
the rich,
rich
give
and
to the
give to the
poor.
poor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gonna do that. Except make it 10 times worse.
You gotta show a tree quality. Like,
No, I'm going to and bro, I am going to be a Hitler by myself. I'm not going to indoctrinate nobody in
alright,
there.
find out.
No. I not going to indoctrinate nobody in there. I gonna be worse than
Hey, boy.
I gonna be worse than Judas
Hey, boy.
Iscariot, man.
Hey, boy.
Hey, guys, I'm joking. I'm joking.
You do not
Guys,
take this seriously.
I'm
It's not acting
joking.
Gambia
I'm
villain.
joking. I'm
Right?
joking.
At the
I'm
end
not.
of the day,
I'm joking.
Justify Existence is a positivity
I'm joking. I'm
channel.
joking.
Right?
But I'm joking.
Hypothetically we speaking,
Yeah, just
hypothetically.
hypothetically. In GTA, not in real life, in GTA, right?
Everybody
But
else be a villain in GTA. The
no,
amount of poor people I just run over.
but all jokes aside, though, for real though, it kind of sad that growth is easier to be bad than to actually grow. It's
Yeah.
sad that you just encourage bad things rather than help people with their good things. It's sad that when you're seeing somebody on the rise or when you come up with growth, you want to feel to bring them, drag them down.
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, you will keep anybody at the top because why they at the top.
Yeah.
It's just so sad, and that is just make this growth journey much more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That other people will pull you down.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would say is though is that don't give up because once you don't give up and you survive through all of it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, nobody in the world would ever be able to stop you from doing anything that you want to do in this life. No, no man, no girl can make you feel insecure about yourself because you already been through it and you know the capabilities of yourself. Not
Yep.
false capabilities. Not saying, oh, well, I deserve this because no. You did the time, you did the work, and you know that you did what you can to deserve what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Once you do that, your character is just going to be so solid. You're not going to be perfect. But what I could tell you is you'll be much more of a better human being. One
Mm-hmm.
that is open and willing to change, one that is open and willing to help learn, to help others learn, to teach, to be taught, to continuously grow no matter what age you are. Because I'm sick and tired of the saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I want to get rid of it. I
Yeah,
want to
boy.
get rid of it.
Yeah, boy.
I
Yeah,
want
boy.
to get rid of it. I
There's
want
never stop learning.
yeah. There's no. You can never stop learning. Yeah, and you are never old enough to not be wrong about something.
Mm-hmm.
I want just in society that to encourage growth versus stagnation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want as a society. But I feel
Right.
like we doing a lot with this podcast here. You're doing very well. You're doing very
Thanks
well.
for it,
Thanks
boy.
for having
Thanks
me
for
on the
it, boy.
podcast, man.
Yeah, boy.
It
That's a
was
perfect way to end it off. That's a
yeah,
perfect way to end it off.
yeah.
This has been Jassy, interviewed by Jamal. You cut in there. Hope you continue justifying your existence wherever you are.
And enough likes, and I'll be on for part 2.
Yeah, part two. After I come back from Colombia, though.
Yeah, boy. When I meet them Colombianas. Ooh.
Ah, Mr. International out here.
Mr. Worldwide!